name is Jim Pagiamtzis. I'm the director of the Public Speakers Association here in Toronto and Mississauga in Ontario. And it's been an exciting a year and a half now bringing the PSA into Ontario, mainly Toronto. Today, I'm going to talk to you about getting connected in the 21st century. In my journey of meeting people, I have realized that the power of not just connecting is important, but what you do after that. So for the next just 25 minutes, I'm going to run through a system that works. It's been tried, tested, and true. And you can actually take this system tomorrow and apply it and get results. So when I started networking in early 2003, I was going out networking to look for mentorship. And I've been blessed that I found two mentors. But fast forward to 2015, I have met many more amazing mentors, leaders who have influenced in my journey of success. And I'll be touching upon that near the end. So what I want to start off with you is share the PAR system. So it's P-A-R. And what I'm also going to talk about is a couple other things after that, as far as follow up, follow through, and then talk about a little bit of the social media. So in a book that I've written called Get Connected in the 21st Century, Online and Offline Strategies That Work, I share the insights how online and offline networking cross paths. So I'm going to start with offline. So here we go. So we got presentation, attitude, and response. So the first is presentation. We all carry this type of business card. Sometimes it's a one-sided card, sometimes it's a two-sided card. This is a very important piece of cardboard or property that you carry all around you. And what I urge you to do is, no matter what industry you're involved with, get a business card. The reason is that we meet so many different types of people in so many different types of situations. Yes, we all may have these phones and they have apps and things like that to use. And I'm going to deal with that a little later. But for now, let's deal with face-to-face connection. So no matter where you're a professional working in a particular corporate environment, or if you're an entrepreneur, your business, you're still meeting people. So any business that I was involved with in the corporate world, no matter if it was a shipper-receiver or I worked for a huge logistics company, I had a business card. I always asked and I always got one. So they knew the power that I was representing their brand. The same thing with your business. So I truly believe you make this and you take this and you never leave home without it. You probably heard that tagline used in many commercials in the past, but that's how I believe this is such a serious thing. So let's deal with presentation. Now, this card has evolved over the past 10 years. But what I want to tell you is that it's important to have impactful information. So there's three things that I think you should have. First is have your picture on it. Now you may say, I don't put my picture on it. That's for real estate agents. Well, you want to be memorable. And as I go through the system, the things I'm talking here about the presentation will really work with the rest of the things that you're doing. So put your picture on it. Put your name on it. Put your email address. Put your phone number. But so other things I want you to put on there. I want to put your the LinkedIn logo and the Twitter logo. And again, I'm going to deal with these near the end of the presentation. But again, I'm setting this up to tell you how important all these steps are. We live in a very connected world. And as you see, as I go through this, all these will build upon each other. So put the time into to put these together. Many of the things you can do yourself, or you can get a graphic artist to help you put these together. But there's many services out there that allow you to do this in no time. The reason is you put the effort into this, and you do it once, and you can use this over and over again. It may change down the road. You may change an email address or even a phone number. That's okay. But this information is important. Have a one-sided card. Now, this is a two-sided card. This is sort of more of a marketing card. Once you just have a one-sided card, Or if you have a two-sided card, have some blank space there. The reason is you want to take notes. So part of a networking system is also not giving you a card, but getting a card in return and making notes. And this, again, is who you're meeting. So get into the process of taking this card, putting it everywhere, putting it in your money clip, in your wallet, in every pants you have. Women sometimes have a special slot they put it in their dresses. I've seen it. It's evolving. So have a spot where you can put that in there. Because again, you never know where you're going to meet people. I have met people in different areas. I met people at the health club, a church, a social function, and many other areas. So again, be presentable, because you never know. You have one chance to make a first impression, and that card's the beginning of something moving forward. So that covers presentation. The next is attitude. Now, this is a little difficult for me to teach you on, but what I want to leave you is this, is that we want to keep our attitude in check. So what I usually want to recommend is teach you something as far as just handshakes and verbal knowledge. So when you shake someone's hand, you have a very quick understanding of who they are. And I have a thing called mirror matching. So many of you listening to this may have faced fish handshakes. Now, there's nothing wrong with fish handshakes, but I truly believe that will tell you something about them in a good way. So yes, the fish handshake, maybe don't shake hands that often. In some cultures, don't shake hands. There's many European cultures that kiss on both sides. I'm saying be kissing everybody you network, but again, they may not shake hands. I can tell people do this fist pump thing. Again, it's changed, but again, do the handshake, and also what they say. So be very attentive of what they're saying, and I'm going to see if I can give you some examples of that moving forward. So A is attitude. The next is response. This is a powerful area where you're going to engage the person you're speaking to. We are all busy professionals, okay? I understand that. But what I want to impart on you is this, is it's about asking great questions and getting great answers. So let's take, for example, our business. And we know what we do well, but the key thing is asking great questions, so make sure you can get those great answers. So for example, if I meet someone, we're having a conversation, and say the topic's social media. Now, there's many people who teach social media, but for myself, I represent a company called Constant Contact. I'm a core certified solution provider. I actually spoke for them for a number of years as an authorized expert. I understand social media, so I can ask targeted questions to uncover situations they're going for. For example, we may say, "It's nice to meet you, John. What do you do?" "Well, I have a social media consulting business." "Great. What specific things do you do?" Because maybe John deals with more B2B or B2C. So there's an area that you can have impact on, that you can assist them on. And I've seen this happen in this area. They may be targeting a specific niche. I have a friend of mine, named Chala Dinkoy. She's a niche coach. So she only focuses on specific things in a market, doesn't work on anything. I do some things with her that she posts on her social media. I actually was on a radio show, and she interviewed me, which got shared on my blog, but on her newsletter. So I'm having an impact on her social media platform. So again, you have an impact to ask a question, to uncover things. Maybe there's an opportunity that you can either train them or invite them to an event that you're speaking on a specific part of social media. But social media is a big area, and you want to focus on a small area as that. So again, you want to ask questions. So you may meet them at a trade show, and you may say, what brought you to this trade show? What are you looking at to get this trade show? You may have insights on specific areas they may need. So in growing my business, I became a resource. And I get phone calls and emails weekly of specific questions. People are looking, say, I got yesterday an opportunity where someone had a job opening. Well, there's a gentleman in my network who I forwarded that to, and who's going to connect with them. Again, I connected something online and offline very quickly. And this is going to happen. This is a good thing. You want to become that resource. This is part of an added value in this networking, that if you know who you're talking to, you connect with them. And as I go into more the online, to the social media, it'll begin to really make sense. But again, presentation, attitude, and response. You do these over and over again, you will not just grow yourself, but grow your network. So again, response is now going to be moving forward into online. So a friend of mine last year gave me this great insight. And he said to me this: you have to lead your connections through your process. So if I'm going to lead them into the follow-up, follow-through, I may say this: great to meet you, John, at the show here. As you see back on my card, actually on LinkedIn, it'll be great to connect with you in the next 24 hours because there are some great things that potentially some people in my network that I want to introduce you to. So even through the process. So if he doesn't connect in 24 hours, you don't get that, you can reach out to him and connect. That's okay. So when you reach out to him on LinkedIn, you say, great to connect, and then you can send them a message saying, either an email or within LinkedIn, say, great connecting, nice to meet you at the show. Here is a link to my blog I wrote about the show and some pictures I took. So you're creating that synergy with them. Because part of growing a network is not just you connecting, but creating that long-term synergy. Because I can tell you this, and I'll not almost guarantee it, but you'd be surprised where you're going to meet someone once, and then a year and a half down the road, you're going to meet them somewhere else. You want the experience that you had with them in the beginning to be memorable and impactful. And I'm telling you, if you do that, they will remember. I've had people that I've met that are connected on LinkedIn many years ago because I see them on my LinkedIn timeline. I see they're posting. We may have crossed each other at another event or so forth. That is synergy that's important moving forward. And I've seen this happen. So if you go out there and make a great first impression, that impression can be long-lasting. And I've formalized many alliances over the years, especially in 2014. It was a very challenging year for myself, but because I went out there, I got hired to do trade shows. I got hired to work with a real estate agent here for 6 months and really create a great program for him to solidify his business, but really understand how the online component works. And he had a lot of great things. He had written a book. He had some not-for-profit opportunities. And again, putting all that together. And I really believe that we all have that content and the creative synergies to do that. So presentation, attitude, response. The next part is follow up and follow through. This is a very important aspect of making your business work. This is an area, regrettably, that many people fail. And what I want to challenge you is this, is find something that's simple for you to work through. Either you're going to have the business cards, you're going to have a call to action, when you're going to call the business cards, and what you can do about them. Part of becoming a great networker is realizing that you don't want to have a lot of business cards. Now, I'll offer some bonus here. You want to have a lot of cards. You want to be strategic in networking. You're shaking hands, you're meeting people. You want to meet people that perhaps you have an impact in or something's going to happen or there's a call to action. There's a couple of events I went here in December 2014 where there was 80 people in the room. I only got 3 cards, but I made great impressions. Just recently here in 2015, I was at a national franchise and business opportunity show, and for a couple of days, a couple of friends had booths there. I got, I think, 3 cards, I believe. Yeah, 3 cards at the event. And all of them had call to actions. One's a very strong lead, that's a business lead for me, and the other 2 are leads for invite people to my upcoming Public Speakers Association event. One of them actually sent me her email address through Facebook to invite her to the next event. So I'm going to go into my console and invite her. So again, you want to do those quickly, effectively, and yes, maybe it was a little bit late night for me that night, but again, I got it done. The reason for this is you want to create strong habits. You do everything in your business with reasoning to grow revenue and profits. It starts at the beginning with networking and connecting and growing that relationship. And I can tell here that over the last 10 plus years, that has been a very, very powerful tool. Just recently, I have reconnected with someone that I had listened to at a social media event in November of last year. As it turns out, I'll be actually working hand in hand with her in a new project that I'm involved with, and it's really exciting. I recently actually joined a new employer, and they're doing some key social media work. So one of these reasons I got hired for three reasons. One was a great networker, one that I understand the trade shows, another one was a great speaker, and also that I understood social media and how it works. Four great components. And now I'm going to get some really great, and it's amazing. And I can tell you that the experience that I bring in, and you should bring in, they're almost getting two great expertise for that. And we're really excited to see where that goes. But at the end of the day, is that social media is a tool. And what it is how you use it. So what I want to encourage you to do is this. There's a lot of social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Vine, Google+. I can go on and on. What I suggest is this, is focus on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the largest professional networking sites around. It is an amazing platform. I've had some great successes on there. You spend 15 minutes to half an hour on that platform a day or every couple of days, you will be impressed over a period of time of what you can do to make things happen. The other social platforms are important. Yes, Twitter has its place. And if they can't connect them with on Twitter, fine. So say that John is on Twitter, and you do find his Twitter handle. Say, John, great to see you at the so-and-so show. Thanks for the connection, and tweet it out. That's just another area. Part of the whole concept of doing this is creating social relationships, or I call it social capital. And what I believe is happening, and it's going to happen in the 21st century, is that this area is going to become a skill that not just professionally, but actually businesses are really going to be focused on. And if you really put this together, you will be impressed not with yourself, but how you're going to grow your business and moving forward, and how it's going to come along. And that's part I wrote this book and all these great articles and videos and audios. And part of sharing this with the Public Speakers Association is the fact that this information is powerful. It's simplistic and easy to do. The PAR system and the follow-up is something that, again, can be done tomorrow. But each is a simple process where you can effectively put together in a very short period of time. If you feel you can't do it, then break it up and do it in stages. But what I can tell you this, is I put this and taught this and shared this to schools, to corporate companies, to individuals. And I've had testimonials. I've had people come to me saying, wow, I put that PAR system and I got a job. I tell you, I'm excited to read those emails and get those phone calls. And part of becoming that is the expertise that I do have. People want to learn about it. That's why I'm excited to do these educational videos, is because we all have great expertise. And I understand networking, constantly getting better at it, and I know that I can not perfect it, but really get better at it. So let me go back and deal with digital technology. So say with your iPhone or your particular device. There are apps that you can download, say LinkedIn and many others. What I suggest is do it. Download the app, use it, implement it gradually. Most of the places you may have data or can access the Wi-Fi in a particular establishment. And what it is that why I suggest doing this is you create an immediate impact with your connection. You are not just following and follow through, you're doing it right there and then. I think that's an amazing thing, an amazing habit to do on an ongoing basis. Why? It's because you did it. You did it in front of them, and you're gaining that ability where knowing you, liking you, and trusting you is extremely important. Well, at least they know you. They're going to like you, and you're going to be working on the trust factor. But there's many parts, touch points that I call them, that's important. From the shaking of the hand to making an impression to following up with them. Those are all touch points. So when you're connected with them, that say there is a business opportunity for them to use your services, they already feel very, very, very comfortable for you to satisfy that challenge or that opportunity that they have. And I can tell you from my experience, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen this happen. I have gained clientele. This particular real estate agent that I was telling you about, well, he's going to be featured in a case study that I'm going to be presenting in the next 3 weeks to Constant Contact. Because what I did with him, all those specific things that I did all together made an impact. I put a case study together in December, and then Constant Contact came back and said, wow, we were really impressed. And for me, I've been doing this for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. And I've done this with not just the real estate agent, but I have done it with other clients. I actually began to test it gradually. But when I got to the real estate agent, I already had done this for myself and many others. But that was a combination of that. So I'm taking that template now and applying it to others. And I just gave a proposal to a friend of mine. He's an accounting professional in the bookkeeping area, and he's going to be doing a proposal I sent to him in early February. Why? I have built that social capital for a couple of years. And now I realized, asking a couple of questions a few weeks ago, that he was looking at creating more of an educational experience. So I said to him, do this, and this. You're going to have your inbox on Monday night. Let me know if you have any questions. And he just responded to me today. So getting connected in the 21st century is a powerful habit and a powerful skill that you can do and work on daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. And what you'll find is, as you put all that together, you will be creating an environment, a community of people that you can reach out to for support, for insights, for expertise. And this is the power of social media. So I want to can make an impact on your business, and I hope the fact you do it, and then we want to hear back from you on how you're doing it. So my email address is jim@pagiamtzis.com. You can find me on the Public Speakers Association website under Toronto or Mississauga, and reach me out through that, or you can email Tanya with any specific questions. But I really appreciate being the resource for the PSA here, because I want to leave you with one thing. We will change the world from the front of the room. But I truly believe in my journey in the past year and a half that it has been a journey. And Tanya Hoffman, Michael Hoffman have been instrumental in listening to me and giving me the insights I need. Because I've had my my drama. And why I tell you this, I want to be honest with you. There will that. But at the end of the day, is I have a clear vision of what I do and how I'm going to get better at it, and I will get better at it, and the impact of that. So I look forward to seeing you on the other side of a great connection. Again, my name is Jim Pagiamtzis. I am the director of the Public Speakers Association in Toronto and Mississauga. I look forward to potentially speaking at your chapter, either via Skype or coming to the United States in the very near future. Thank you.